Which businesses should you buy in GTA Online, and which business is right for you? They're actually pretty tough questions because the game doesn't really give you any info on any businesses before you buy them. So today we're going to go through and rank every single business in GTA Online, and I'm going to do my best to explain which one is right for you, depending on your playstyle, and roughly how much money you can make from each one. And really quickly, just before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know about a few things going on with the channel. We just hit another big milestone with 50,000 subscribers, so I want to say a massive thank you to you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. We've also just started channel memberships, so if you did want to become a member of the channel, feel free to do that by clicking the join button below. Right now, for channel members, you can get these little gorilla emojis that are pretty cool next to your name, and if you guys have any other cool features that you want for membership benefits, let me know below and I'll consider all of them. I'll touch on what this channel is going to look like in the future a bit more at the end of the video, but for right now, let's get stuck into ranking every business in GTA Online. Alright, the first business is a high-end apartment, and okay, it's not really a business, it's more of just a property that can help you earn money. So I guess we're going to rank the businesses and the properties in GTA Online. And I'm going to put this one in B tier, right in the middle. This is a really good property for beginners, mainly, because it's the cheapest way you can get into heists. As most of you know, when you buy a high-end apartment, you can start the base heists within the game, and if you complete all of these heists in order, you'll end up with over $2.5 million because of all of the first-time completion bonuses. For veteran players, it's really not a property you'd use, but the fact that you can get a lot of money for such a cheap property makes it pretty decent. The main downside to the high-end apartments and the starting heists as well is that they all need to be completed with 4 players, except for the first one, of course. So that can make it pretty difficult if you don't have any friends to play with, so overall it is a pretty good property, especially for beginners, but I can't put it any higher than B tier. Next up, we've got the import-export businesses, so the crate warehouse and the vehicle warehouse. And this one, man, I don't know, personally I'd have them in, high A tier, but I know a lot of you guys absolutely love these businesses, so I'm going to put them in S tier. These are, especially the vehicle warehouse, some of the best money-making businesses in the game. If you don't know how these businesses work, essentially you go out and source crates or vehicles, deliver them to your warehouse, and then resell them to a buyer for more money. With a vehicle warehouse, if you do the method where you only source high-end vehicles, you'll be making $80,000 profit per sale, so about every 15 to 20 minutes maybe. So obviously it's a really, really good way to make money. There are a couple of downsides to these businesses though. Obviously it's not a passive business, so this is going to consume pretty much all of your time if you're grinding these out. And if you want to own these warehouses, you're going to need to own a CEO office first. So that's going to cost you at least $1 million for that alone. So obviously there are a few downsides, and it does get pretty repetitive after a while, and I'm not the biggest fan. Despite all that, it does belong in S tier. It's one of the best businesses for making money in the game, even though it can get a little bit repetitive. Let's move on to the biker businesses, and we'll go over each one really quickly individually. So I'll start with the cheapest, and that's the document forgery. This business, there's really not a nice way to say it. It sucks. So it's going to go down here in D tier. And if you, for some reason, love this business, why? The cheapest document forgery office is $650,000, so it isn't very expensive, but you get what you pay for. You buy a cheap business, you're going to get cheap results. Even if you buy all of the upgrades for this one, which you should do with every business, you're only going to make $38,000 profit an hour, which means it's going to take you 44 hours of game time and 13 sell missions just to break even and earn back the money that you spent on it in the first place. Next up is the weed farm, and this business is pretty meh as well, so we're going to put this one just above the document forgery in C tier. With all of the upgrades for this one, it's going to take even longer, so 55 hours of game time to break even on this one. But I've got it slightly higher than the document forgery office because it's only going to take 9 sell missions to break even as opposed to 13. But yeah, a pretty average business overall. You will make $41,000 an hour profit as opposed to $38 for the document forgery. but 55 hours to break even is just a big no from me, so I'm pretty happy putting this one in C tier. The Counterfeit Cash Factory is a little bit better again, so we're going to put this one in B tier. This one's going to make you $48,000 profit an hour. And actually, sorry, I forgot to mention this earlier. The profit is taking into consideration that you bought the supplies for $75,000. So if you stole the supplies, obviously you'd earn a lot more. But by buying the supplies, it gives you more time to work on your other businesses as well. So that's the method we're going with. So $48,000 an hour with the Counterfeit Cash Factory, 51 hours of gameplay or 8 full sell runs for that one. So that's going in B tier. The Meth Lab can go in B tier as well, pretty much the same business, maybe a little bit worse in my opinion, just because it's a lot more expensive to buy. But you will earn $50,000 an hour with this one, so that's 8 full sell missions for that one, so that's going in B tier. The final biker business is the cocaine lockup, and this is by far the best one. Like, it's not even close. This one's gonna go in A tier for me, and it's not quite at the top S tier level in my opinion. Its earnings are pretty similar to something like the bunker, which we'll go over next, with $72,000 profit an hour, but I just can't justify putting it up there in S tier because of how repetitive and slow some of the MC sell missions are. I guess that is kind of similar for the bunker as well, but just the fact that with the MC businesses, you need to drive these slowed garbage trucks or delivery vans for every sell mission, it just gets boring really quickly. But undoubtedly, the cocaine lockup is a fantastic way to make money, there's no doubt about that. So if you're only going to buy one MC business, definitely get the cocaine lockup. So next we have the bunker, and if you didn't already gather, I'm going to put this one in S tier. This is probably the second easiest business in the game to run. The bunker works very similarly to the MC businesses. You buy supplies, then sell the product once it's ready. Really easy. And with all of the upgrades, you're looking at $78,000 an hour in profit. So slightly higher than the cocaine lockup. If you've got the Chumash bunker, which is arguably the best location in the game, it'll take 48 hours to break even, so it is a pretty long time, but after that it's smooth sailing, and most of the time the sell missions are a lot faster and easier than the MC businesses. So for that reason, this one belongs in S tier. Having a bunker also lets you buy a mobile operations center as well. And it also gives you the opportunity to conduct research if you want as well. So this is a really good business. So that belongs in S tier. Next we've got the Hangar, and if you're a solo player, I know I said I'm not a big fan of the document forgery, but this might actually be the worst business in the game. But, and I'll explain why in a little bit, I'm gonna put this one in C tier. I'm not gonna quite put it down in D tier. So just like the import-export businesses, this is not a passive business at all. You want money from this business, it's gonna take up all of your time. Except you won't earn anywhere near as much money as you will with the import-export ones. The only reason this isn't in D tier for me is because you can actually store your air vehicles in it. So it kind of does become an important property if you want aircraft. So basically it's an important property, but an absolutely useless business. And that's pretty much it. Next we've got facilities, and I'm gonna put these in probably A tier. Facilities let you start the Doomsday heists, which if you do them all in order, they'll give you a few $1,000,000. So you'll easily make all your money back and more. It also lets you do the Bogdan glitch if you're a money glitcher. Personally, I'm not, but I know some people are. And it lets you buy the Avenger as well. So the facility is a really good property. It also lets you store a lot of vehicles. So it's an all-around good property for any hardcore players. The main reason I couldn't put it right up in S tier is because of how long the setups take for the Doomsday heists. Obviously, we just got the casino heist not too long ago, so you can run through that heist a lot faster and earn pretty good money as well from that one. But still, the facility is a really good property for making money while you let your other businesses make money in the background as well. And it's more than just a place where you can set up heists. So yeah, definitely in A tier, probably a high A tier property. Alright, the Nightclub is definitely an S tier business in GTA Online. This is my favorite business in the game, probably honestly just because I'm really lazy. The nightclub is the easiest business in the game to run. I don't think there can be much of an argument there. It's also the most expensive to fully upgrade though, so there is that. So this definitely isn't a beginner business. If you don't know how the nightclub warehouse works, you can buy up to 5 technicians, and basically they'll go out and get product for you to sell. You don't need to resupply, you don't need to steal supplies, nothing. You can just come back every few hours and sell your product. The only problem with that though is that the technicians can only get supplies if you own the corresponding business. So for example, South American imports is something that your technicians can get, and that corresponds to your cocaine lockup. And you can only actually get cocaine if you own a cocaine lockup. And no, this doesn't just act as a hub for you to run all of your businesses, this is completely separate to your other businesses. So even though you need to own those businesses, it's different. It's confusing, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, this is probably the last business you want to buy in GTA Online, because you want to have at least 5 other businesses so your technicians can actually get those products. Within the nightclub, South American imports or cocaine will get you $10,000 an hour. Cargo and shipments will get you $8,500, which is either a cargo warehouse or a hangar. Pharmaceutical research or meth will get you $8,500 an hour. Sporting goods, which is your bunker, will get you $7,500, and cash creation will get you $7,000 an hour. So those are the 5 best businesses for the nightclub, which adds to just over $41,000 an hour in profit. On top of that, you'll also earn money from your nightclub's popularity as well, so overall, this is just a really good business. The second last property we'll go over is the Penthouse, and I'm not really sure if I should put this one in B or C tier, but I'm gonna put it in C tier, but you could definitely argue it belongs a bit higher. Owning a penthouse is really good. It's gonna let you start the casino story missions as a host, which will give you a really big first time bonus actually. So if you play through the casino story as the host, you'll earn pretty much all of your money back that you spent on the penthouse in the first place. And you'll also get an armored Paragon R sports car as well, which is normally priced just under $1 million as well. Other than that though, there isn't really much of a reason to own the penthouse. It does let you go to the high stakes tables in the casino, and you can also buy a table for your penthouse as well. But I mean, like, that's cool, but it's just not that great for making money. So definitely a cool property to own, but it really doesn't do too much. And last but not least, we've got the arcade, and I kind of have to put this one in S tier because it can do so many things. The arcade itself can earn you $5,000 an hour just through the safe, but obviously that's not the reason you're gonna buy an arcade. The main reason is the Diamond Casino heist. This is one of the easiest heists in the game, especially if you do the big con approach. The heist itself should only take probably about 15 to 20 minutes if you know what you're doing. And if you're doing it with only 2 people, you can get around $1 million per heist, depending on what's actually in the vault. Obviously, with all of the setups, each heist will probably take over an hour all up, but still, around $1 million per hour makes it one of the best heists in the game. But the real reason I had to put the arcade in S tier is because it's got the Master Control Terminal, which personally is something I've been asking for years. The Master Control Terminal acts as a hub for all of your existing businesses, meaning you can buy supplies, upgrade your businesses, and even start sell missions from your arcade. It makes grinding money so much easier, and it was a much needed quality of life improvement for GTA Online. So the arcade is definitely an S tier property and one of the best properties in the game. So that wraps up all the businesses. If you're playing GTA Online with friends, you could definitely argue that all the biker businesses could move up one spot. And that's just because you can sell more product at once with more people, obviously. And the same goes for the hangar. The hangar is definitely better if you've got friends to help, but it's still really not great in my opinion. Other than that, that wraps it all up. If you put any businesses in different spots, let me know what you'd change in the comments as always to help anyone out that's watching this video. So I hope you enjoyed the list, and if it helped you out, a thumbs up is always appreciated for the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And again, let me know about any cool membership perks you think of in the comments below. So make sure you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.